Frenchman Remy Gard keeps his place. Aston Villa have been parsimonious in defence, only 17 goals conceded, thanks to the efforts of Ugo Ehiogu and colleagues. He's played in every match. A 5-game winning streak ended against Chelsea on Boxing Day, but Villa are still unchanged. Savo Milošević scored both their goals when the teams drew at Villa Park in September. Jeff Winter's in charge today. His name matches the weather. It is bone-chillingly cold. 4 members of the Arsenal team, who are playing from left to right in the dark tops, are actually wearing gloves at kick-off. And the first throw goes Aston Villa's way. Arsene Wenger watching on, Arsenal's 4th manager of 1996. It has, as they say, been quite a year. Bergkamp. Now Parler. Still having to adjust to this role as a right wing-back. He's played as a right winger before. Viera, this is better from Arsenal. Parler, now more central. Wright, Winterburn. It is crisp. Not like the day itself. Nélson. Gard. Bergkamp. Away from Taylor. This is Bergkamp. Not many players would even have got a volley on target from there. Yorke. Milošević. Townsend. Taylor wasn't aware of Nélson's presence. Bergkamp. Content to wait for support to arrive. Parler. Viera outside him. Not a regular goal scorer, Ray Parler. 6 goals in round about as many seasons. But that was struck firmly enough. Brian Little is looking for his team to recover from that Boxing Day home defeat by Chelsea. Milošević. Bergkamp. And Wright's on his way. He's onside. Ian Wright. Yes! Give him an inch and he'll take the proverbial mile. Ian Wright makes it 22 goals for the season, and from the moment he received permission to shoot on goal from a Villa defence that was almost inviting him so to do, there was no doubt that the ball was going to find the corner. Bosnich got a fingertip to it, but that was nowhere near enough. Nélson. Winterburn got a foot in. This is Bergkamp. Still Bergkamp. Now Ian Wright. Bosnich out. Right round him. Wonderful goal line clearance by Scimeca. Well, you'd have wagered your last pound on Ian Wright scoring his and Arsenal's second from the moment he took it past Bosnich. But look at the ground that Scimeca made up. Bergkamp. Away from Staunton. And Bergkamp forcing the save. Adams and Alan Wright going up for it. Still it's not away. Bould. So many chances in such a short space of time. Bergkamp with the first. And there it was a vital header from Alan Wright. Still the threat wouldn't go away. Bould just over the bar. Milošević. Beaten by Keown. Bergkamp. Staunton. Yorke. For once Viera missed out. This is Dwight Yorke still. Taylor in the box. And has Taylor squeezed it in? No, off the line by Bould. Nélson. How did Villa not score there? And Lukic getting in quite a tangle. But it was Steve Bould who saved Arsenal's bacon. Because when the cross came in from Dwight Yorke, it looked to be Lukic's ball, but then he spilled it. It was bouncing agonisingly towards the line until Bould intervened. That's as close as Villa have come to an equaliser. Townsend. Draper. Yorke. Away from Winterburn. Three waiting. Here's Nélson. Tackled by Viera. Nélson. And Wright's in pursuit. Staunton with him. Still it's Wright! Well, Staunton's face would have been as red as Ian Wright's shirt had the Arsenal striker managed to put that the other side of the post. Because the onus was on Staunton to clear. Maybe Wright was using his right arm on Staunton's shoulder. Even so, it wasn't the best bit of defending. Nélson away from Winterburn. Off Bould. And a throw in. Nélson, back from Milošević. And there's Milošević! And Arsenal were caught asleep. Savo Milošević, who scored twice in the first meeting between the sides at Villa Park back in September, has drawn Aston Villa back onto level terms. Nelson's deep cross, and this was where Arsenal really should have got hold of matters. Parlour was beaten in the air by Draper, and Milošević's finish was emphatic. Bould given away to Townsend, and here's Yorke. Three Arsenal defenders in his way. And support is slow to get up with him. Townsend. Taylor's inside the penalty area now as well as Yorke. But Arsenal have men back in numbers. Nélson. And Milošević's header tipped over by Lukic. How significant is it, I wonder, that since Arsenal made their substitution, their marking at the back has gone completely to pot. Townsend with the corner. Oh, Scimeca was up there and buoyed by that goal. Aston Villa are now putting Arsenal under fairly heavy pressure. Scimeca on by Milošević. Ehiogu was waiting. Brave header by Townsend. Now Arsenal could break. Morrow. Merson screaming for it 10 yards to his right. And here is Merson. Away from Staunton, Merson! Wonderful goal! A fantastic finish by Paul Merson, for whom the calendar year 1996 has been a year of transition that may well end in triumph. For a long time, Merson was screaming for the ball to be delivered to his feet. It was, and just look what happened next. Arsenal are back in front with a goal of the highest order. Morrow's pass, he's the substitute. The change may have cost them a goal, but now it's created one. Milošević. And Yorke with a chance. He scored! 2 goals in a minute. One to each side. And Arsenal caught cold at the back for the second time. Not the sort of defending you expect from a side seriously chasing the championship. Keown left floundering. Lukic got a hand to it, but that wasn't enough. Dwight Yorke's 12th goal of the season. 2-2. For all the planning that you put in, you can't legislate for moments like that. Appeals for the use of the hand, not given. This is Bergkamp. Round Staunton. Oh! He'd done all the hard work, Dennis Bergkamp. And he knows that having got right through almost the entire Villa defence, he should then have beaten the last man, who was Bosnich. But the speed of the attack was what took the breath away. Milošević missed his kick. Seemed to be doing a bit of leaning, but this is Dwight Yorke. Milošević continues his jog through the middle. Yorke is all on his own. Off Winterburn to Nélson. Yorke stumbled. Away by Morrow. Mercer. Now Draper. Milošević. The chances are still coming. And that is the end of the afternoon's entertainment, which increased in quality as the game went on. Arsenal missed the chance to go back on top of the Premiership, despite the fact that they were twice ahead. Ian Wright putting them in front early on. Paul Merson restoring the lead after Milošević had equalised for the first time for Aston Villa. Dwight Yorke levelled for a second time for Villa. There were 3 goals in 7 minutes at one stage. Arsenal missed the chance to go top. Aston Villa, after their defeat on Boxing Day, are back on an even keel, and they will be pleased with this away point.
We were poor, we did a lot of things wrong, and we talked about that at half-time sensibly. Managed to get our act together, and then in fairness, I felt we were the better side in the second half, but they would have been disappointed at 1-0, and I think we've had those sort of games when you come in for the second half, the opposition are going to be better because they'll have talked about it, and hopefully they'll put it right, and we did that today.